Hey guys, Clay here from Ham Shack Down. Hey, today we're going to be doing a review on the Spooltenna 10 to 40 end-fed half-wave. Mine is number 168 and it's been tuned to an end-fez configuration. We're going to get this thing set up and kind of see what we can do with it. Just a little background. So I don't recall who reached out to who first, but Rob and I have a pretty good relationship. At the time, he was looking for a bag to incorporate with the Spooltenna antenna system, and it worked out in my favor that we were actually coming up with the RMS utility pouches at the time. And since then, he liked it. I sent him some samples, and we have a really good relationship, and he also carries the Shadow Circuits RMS utility pouches on their website, and they've been doing quite well. So we have some other stuff coming out. They carry a lot of the Coyote products. They carry the 7x12, the 7x7, and the 4x10 utility pouch, and they're going to be adding some other stuff to their inventory here soon. Anything that's not available at Spooltenna.com can be purchased at ShadowCircuits.com. We have some new products that are coming out, and some of the stuff I'm going to use to set up the antenna today. Just kind of a spoiler alert, we're working on some antenna deployment straps for deploying dipoles and end-fed half-wave and other HF antennas that are pretty slick. So we're still working on that. I'm going to give you a sneak peek a little bit as I set up the antenna on what we're kind of working on, and I'll kind of guide you along the way here. But let's get this thing set up and see what we can do with it. So one of the things we're working on is a strap system here that you can use to put around different trees and connect your end-fed half-wave and your dipoles up to. This is just one of the straps. There'll be two straps. There'll be one that kind of goes around a tree, and there'll be an extension one as well. So you have a couple different options, along with some loops here that you can kind of connect carabiners up to the end of the antennas. It's nice and secure. It's made out of a really nice Cordura webbing. And then another product we're going to be incorporating with this is kind of like a whoopee sling that you can attach to these to kind of give you the ability to taut them up and take the slack out of the antennas. So just a sneak little peek here quick. I'm going to get the antenna hooked up, and then we'll run it back to the little shelter here. Okay, so now I have it, the radiating end of the antenna hooked up with just a carabiner up to the tree here. And then I have the Spooltenna, let me go on the shade here a little bit, that is we're gonna unwind this. And I'm using this, the pen that Rob sent me along with the Spooltenna here. So we're just gonna run this out. It's a 10 to 40 meter end-fed half-wave. And it just takes a few minutes here to get this thing fully deployed. So I'm going to continue this when we get back to the shelter here. We're going to get this thing put up. That's the end of it here. So let me get that carabiner hooked up to that little strap there, and then we'll get it set up. All right, guys, so it's kind of hard to see, but this is the antenna here. I have it hooked up with the carabiner to the end. This line here that goes to the strap on the radiating end is going to have the ability to cinch down, and you'll be able to adjust the tension on it. And then you'll have a strap here that can kind of go around a tree. We're also going to make an extension for that to go around larger trees. So between the strap with the different loops in the webbing, which is going to change a little bit, between that, the extension, and this retractable line here that gets attached, we're going to have a nice little system for deploying these antennas. Let's go down and show you the other end here, which is down here. I'll pick up in a second. Down here on this end, we have the Spooltenna. It's created by Rob Bowser. Mine is number 168. And again, this is attached to the strap. And this part here, I just kind of have it wound around through a loop, but this will have the ability to retract as well. So we're still kind of working on it, but it'll be a nice little system. The way I have mine configured, when I talked to Rob one of the initial times, I told him about the kind of mode of operations that I do. So he kind of, he went ahead and tuned this thing for NVIS configuration, and where I could, on this end here, run it anywhere from 1 to 4 feet, and then on the radiating end, which is down there in that tree, anywhere from like 6 to like 12 feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook up an SWR meter to it, go through the different bands and kind of see what they come in at. Okay guys, so I busted out the Rig Expert. This is the Alpha 35 zoom, and right now on 10 meters we're looking at a 1.02. Let me go back to bump up to 12 meters. We're looking at 1.60. meters, we're looking at 1.25. Not bad. If I recall, 17 and 30 didn't work out as well as the others. Yeah, so on 17 we're looking at 3.0. meters, we're looking at 1.08, which is outstanding. 30 meters, yeah, this was 9.0. So I think it was 17 and 30 are the ones that I typically don't run anyway, but in this configuration, let's try 40. Down to 1.10. So across the bands we're looking pretty good except for 17 and 30. So I got this thing hooked up. I have the choked end of the antenna to the radio here, and I have my little notepad. I'll pull out I'm probably going to do some parks on the air. But as far as powering this thing, this is the 817. I have this in the frame that we're working on here in the RMS pack, and I have the relocation brackets here that are 3D printed for both the data and the VNC connection for the antenna to the back of the radio. And the power outlet, I have an external Anderson power pole adapter that could get mounted pretty much to any bag, not just this one here. Same thing with the relocation brackets. We're making those. Those will be posted on the site here soon for shadowcircuits.com. But the power outlet is going into the Buddy Pull Power Mini 2, and that right now I'm just experimenting with this Talon cell. This is a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, and that's powering the system right now, and that goes into the Power Film 20 watt solar panel. So I'm going to get this thing fired up. And we're already getting stuff, so I'm going to get set up here, and we'll try little parks on the air and see what we can do. Alright guys, so we got everything set up. We already have some guys on frequency here. I think this is a 20 meter band, and we're going to see what we can do. I'm out here at Uncle Sam 1458, US 1458. We're going to try some POTA and see if we can connect to anybody, see if we can activate the park today. 1458 is the John Michael Kohler Terry Andre State Park. I grew up here as a kid. My parents, they grew up here as kids, and their parents. So we got 3 or 4 generations here, and there's a funny story that a part of the park here behind me used to be all woods, and there's a huge playground and an open area now. Two of my uncles, from the stories, burnt half of the park down here, when they were kids. They were probably like 4 or 5 years old. But so we got some family history here, and my little guy, he's trekking around here with me doing the same stuff. So let's get on the air and see if we can activate the park. Okay, guys. Well, I'm picking up on plenty of stations. The antenna's doing its job, but I'm running a 5-watt radio here, trying to do parks on the air, and not doing so hot from this location here. So I did bring the 857 along, so I'm going to hop in the truck and grab that and just throw it on the table and see if I can bump it up to 10 or 20 watts and see if I can make the contacts I need for this activation. So I'll get that set up and we'll check it out again. So, hey guys, so I didn't have much luck with the 817, so I broke out the 857, and I've been having a little bit better luck. I'm running 50 watts right now with the same setup that I have. It's getting dark. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be out here, so I'm going to kind of wrap this up. The Spooltenna, I love it. It works out great for my application, and it's easy to deploy, and it just makes things really nice to pack up and to deploy. And I'll probably have some more information on the antenna, in other videos. Right now, it's going to be my go-to source for end-fed half waves. It works good. So if I wind up meeting my goals, my 10 here, I'll leave a comment in the description or something. But 7-3 for now. This is KC9TMU from Ham Shack Down.